Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, people have been asking me to comment, so I'm going to comment on Carnival's easing of the restrictions on their ship, but only one. That's right, only for smoking. So when Omicron hit, Carnival introduced the no smoking in the casino policy. And now they are introducing that again. Back that you are able to smoke in the casinos. However, you can only smoke if you're actively gambling. So if you're actively giving them money, you can actively smoke. That's pretty much the way of the thought, if you think about it. If you're actively, so if you're standing beside somebody who's actively playing, you can't smoke because you're not the one spending money, even if you're with them on the cruise. Apparently, taking your mask off to pull a lever in the casino for 4 or 5 hours is safe, but wearing a mask in the theater is a must because that's unsafe. Maybe if they put a slot machine in your seat at the theater, you could actively play and watch the show at the same time. That way you're giving them money and you can smoke and you can take your mask off. I guess. I don't know. I could care less, really. I'm not a big gambler on cruise ships. But I do know on some ships, I'll be walking by in a hallway and I come to this big opening in the ceiling and this big, huge waft of smoke comes up and hits me in the face. Like the smell from downstairs just hits me in the face. And I know when I'm in a casino, when I come back up, I have to change my clothes because I smell like cigarettes. And so that's why I tend to avoid. That's, I used to live with it when we were younger because that's the way it was, right? There's smoking everywhere. Any bar you went to, there was smoking. Any restaurant you went to, there was smoking. Now when you go there, you notice a difference if you're a non-smoker because you're not around it as much anymore. So, do I think that it's a big deal? No, they had it before. They had it. I think that they have been inundated with complaints about not being able to smoke in the casino. Because if you walk through the average casino, you will see tons of smokers in there. Because it's an indoor place you can go and you can smoke. The only other places you can smoke on a cruise ship are usually on an upper deck outside in the elements and the heat. And this is a place they can go where it is air conditioned and cooler because not all cruise ships have, say, a cigar bar or a smoking lounge. In fact, the vast majority don't have that on a cruise ship. It's not that big a deal. But I do like the idea that, like the Carnival Mardi Gras, brand new ship for Carnival Fleet came out and they have a non-smoking area on the casino floor. So it's separate and you don't get that smell if you're somebody who doesn't want to be around a lot of cigarette smoke and want to gamble. I think that's the best of both worlds. It kind of should be divided, equally. Half the machines over here, half the machines over there, and the big solid wall in between. It would be the ideal way to set it up. But not a lot of cruise ships are willing to invest in that money and technology and things like that. So, do I think it's a big deal? No. It happens before. It does keep me more away from a casino than maybe I would endeavor to spend more if I don't know. I really don't know. This is one of those news stories that's out there that I literally had 4 or 5 emails. I had 2 phone calls try and come through on my phone. I'm on a cruise in the middle of the ocean. And as I got closer to Mexico, bing, 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 my phone started going off. And these were the questions people were asking me on my messages. What do you think about the casino? Are the other cruise lines going to start not allowing smoking in the casinos again? And I'm going, is it that big of a deal? I guess it is if you're a smoker. And so you'll be happy to know, if you're a smoker on Carnival, they are starting to lift that on most of their ships. I think there's only 3 that perhaps won't be doing that. But I think they have other reasons, but they will be doing it in the future. It's just the easing of restrictions. And those are good things. Now, some people were also wondering about Canada. So Canada is just coming out with something in Ontario, which is the biggest province in Canada. And they just made a big announcement today. So before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You can keep up to date with what ships are allowing smoking in the casino. But also, you'll be kept up to date with the testing requirements to travel international. What cruise lines are opening? What cruise lines are having the mask mandate? Which ones are not? Which ones are doing testing? Which ones are not? It just keeps you informed for your cruise ship and your cruise that you have in the upcoming days. And just prepared so you're not caught off guard. And again, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay. In Canada today, we have had the vaccine passport, which means when you're going into a business over a certain size, you have to show that you've been vaccinated in order to get in. And Quebec has that same mandate, and a lot of provinces introduced that. And that's been a very big bone of contention for a lot of people in Canada. And it kind of goes along with, testing to fly into Canada. Well, we have testing to show to keep the COVID out. So we have these vaccine passports to prove that you've been vaccinated. And, Ontario, the largest province in Canada, the most populated province in Canada, on the end of this month is doing away with the vaccine passports. And they are also opening up capacity limits for all the major businesses. So stores, shops are not going to have a person standing in the front checking to see if you have your vaccine passport to go in to the store. And also, they're not going to have to be counting the amount of people going into the store. Not that they were counting anyway. I haven't seen a person counting how many people are going into a store in months. Whether you had a capacity limit of 25% or 50%, no one was doing it. So it was a non-law law because no one was following it, absolutely. But some stores had to do the vaccine passport. Good news, Ontario is getting rid of the vaccine passport, and that might mean that maybe the Canadian government is going to start looking at lifting that testing policy for traveling into Canada as well, because the numbers are way, way down, and the testing really isn't proving a single thing right now. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.